This is just an angle test, angling the test of the angle. Boom. Hello! I'd like to start off by apologising for the grumpiness of the last one. I can't. To make up for it, I'm wearing this hat, and I will be for the entire duration of this vlog. It's got ears and everything, see? Right now I'm actually going to talk about something that does actually inspire me and makes me happy, and that is being creative. There is no script for this one, but I have made notes. So here's a list of all the things I can do creatively.
Photography.
I started photography sort of by accident in 2002. My father was into paragliding and he gave me his Pentax analog SLR and told me to take a couple of photos of him in the air. They were honestly really good. Like, so good in fact that he actually framed one of them. For a 15-year-old, that was pretty good. I should have gone out and bought an SLR, but instead I just got the little disposable cameras that you get from like Boots. It wasn't till 2004 that I got a digital camera, and that opened up loads of doors. And then I started to be more adventurous with it. And then I moved on to better and better cameras, and then a couple of years ago I got the camera that I'm now speaking into, which is a Canon 550D. I really enjoy photography, but it's no way a professional pursuit, right? It's just a hobby thing.
Video.
I've been doing video since 2005, and then I got some editing software the following year, 2006. I started just putting together clip shows that are almost like just of our drunken misadventures. And
we brought potatoes for your fucking house, and we are the ones who bring the fucking carbon.
After that I just thought, well, let's just carry on with this, because I was being encouraged by my friends. It's kind of another hobby, but I'd love that to be like a career. That would be amazing. But I know that industry is so difficult to get into. You have to know the director and producer, and even then you still have to make them cups of tea for 2 years.
3D stuff.
I did this at university for coursework. It is very fiddly, and I've never had a very good computer, so my computer used to crash all the time. I've never really done anything proper, but I'd love to. I've got all these crazy ideas, but my laptop, every time I try and do it, it's like, no, I don't want to. I've done 3D stills as well, 3D modelling, just a house. I tried to do my parents' house, and I was going to make it so you could walk around in it. Again, my laptop said no, so it's only half finished.
Special effects.
I've been using Adobe After Effects to make animated texts and things like that. I really want to do like something comping onto a video. That's something I'm going to expand upon, and it's something that I've enjoyed doing so far.
Graphic design.
Image manipulation is another thing that I have actually managed to make sort of a career out of. It's mostly making logos and banners and interfaces, but that's the only one that's actually made me any money so far. It is quite fun, but it's not the most enjoyable one out of the lot as far as my skills go. It's just the most profitable.
Game design.
I've also tried to create games using UDK. There's the Unreal Development Kit. I can't wait to start learning about this! Oh crap, I got distracted again. I had this idea where I was going to recreate my entire hometown, and it was going to be a first-person shooter split into levels. Having never touched the software before, it was all in complete gibberish to me. I was just like, I looked at it and was like,
you simply rig the mesh to the gimbal spline fractal polygonal slantic ganglion and you have a working scene.
What the hell does that even mean? It's a similar interface as the 3D Studio Max that I use, but the controls are completely different, so while it looks similar, I'm always trying to use it the way I would use the other one, and my brain's like,
Music?
Yes. When I was 15, I came across a music making program called Dance EJ. It gives you loads of samples that you can just drag onto a timeline. You literally can't go wrong. It's all a 4/4 time signature. I managed to make an album, like 12 tracks, of like generic dance music. After that I got a bit bored, I left it until 2004. Then I gave up again because I'd used all the samples up. In 2008 I decided to use a better program called Acid Music Studio. Me and my younger brother, the amazingly talented Sub.Sound, may I shout out to him. He's just released a new track, it's really good. Anyway, when he started out, we decided to each make an album's worth of music in as short a time as possible, and we did it in a week. His was technically better, as in everything sounded proper. Mine, it was a bit all over the place, but it was more experimental because I listened to a lot more different crazy music. So I just threw that, sometimes literally threw that in, stole samples, and threw it all in. I like some of the tracks because they were fun to make, but I'm aware that technically they're just shit. And I was inspired to use the program that I used back then by an artist called Vic Spanner. He is a good friend of mine. During his reign as Vic Spanner, he released about 30 releases, all of which I have. And if you listen very carefully in the background of me speaking, you'll hear one of his tracks right now. Please, Vic, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. Just tell me if you don't want me to use your music anymore and I'll stop. But I am your #1 fan, remember, and I have a t-shirt somewhere with your name on it. With all of these skills that I have, you may notice they're not fully developed, and it's because I see myself as a jack of many trades but a master of none. And there is almost a deliberate angle to this, because I figure that if I have enough skills, then I can apply for all these jobs, and then I can just take that road and then expand my skills that way, just so I have so many options to choose from. It hasn't worked out so far. I look at my peers' work and I think I can't do it that well, and sometimes I get discouraged. You saw last vlog, that was a combination of stress for looking for jobs and the fact that I've been watching vlogs to sort of get inspiration of how people talk and move and work and blah blah blah. And I was thinking, these people are so much better than I am. I've already said that I'm really rubbish at talking to the camera. I think I'm doing better now because I'm not reading from a script or whatever, because I think that was the problem last time, because I speak in a different way to when I write. Ah yes, I forgot to mention, I also love writing. Despite being a bit discouraged by other people's brilliance, I try not to let that bother me. I know that I should do things for me first and foremost, and if other people like it, then that's a bonus. I'm really sorry that things have taken a bit more of a sort of a tumbling, naturalistic turn, but I feel more comfortable doing it this way. So hopefully you enjoy this side of me. I know it's been a bit of a crazy ride, especially last week. Jesus, my God. This hat is not for sale, I'm afraid. I quite like it. It is a little bit hot, especially with all the lights on in here and everything. That is the end. See you next week. I've really got to stop doing that. Tom Scar does that.